Hi everyone, Robbin here, one of the librarians at the Mattapoisett Library, with the 15th of my brief presentations of suggested books from a particular genre that I call Bitty Book Reviews with Robbin. This week I'm reviewing books in a genre I'm calling survival. I think the will to survive is innate in almost everyone, and the following books are examples of it. Who knows what any of us are capable of? But whether it's determination, skills, prayer, or luck, these are all incredible stories. At the end of the presentation, there's a list of books that provide emergency and preparedness and survival tips. Again, get back to me with your thoughts via the contact information, which is on the last slide of the presentation, or go to the library's main page, mattapoisettlibrary.org, and click on Contact Us. The first title I have is called Ruthless River, Love and Survival by Raft on the Amazon's Relentless Madre de Dios by Holly Fitzgerald. This is a story that you will not put down. And the author and her husband are from the South Coast. On a honeymoon trip backpacking around the world, their plane crashed near the Amazon River. They end up rafting down the river, trying to survive until they find civilization. Detailed prose makes all their frightening experiences, struggles, worries, and hope come to life. The next title is a classic called Endurance: Shackleton's Incredible Voyage by Alfred Lansing. If you haven't heard of this explorer, this is a must-read book for everyone. In 1915, Captain Shackleton's ship became trapped in ice as they made their way to the Antarctic. Read how his heroism and leadership leads to his saving all 27 men as they make their way to civilization. The next couple titles are also stories that take place in the cold. The first is Frozen in Time, an epic story of survival and a modern quest for heroes of World War II by Mitchell Zuckoff. Meticulously researched, Zuckoff tells the stories of World War II soldiers trying to survive crashes on the Greenland ice cap and the military's rescue efforts to save them. Zuckoff also tells the story of recent efforts by the Coast Guard to find the remains of the soldiers and the planes that crashed. The next title is 81 Days Below Zero, the incredible survival story of a World War II pilot in Alaska's frozen wilderness by Brian Murphy. Unbelievably, Len Crane, the only survivor of a B-54 crash near the Arctic Circle, is determined to survive. Murphy recounts his story using Crane's incredible determination and outdoor skills as he makes it out alive. The next story is called The 29th Day, Surviving a Grizzly Attack in the Canadian Tundra by Alex Messenger. This is another unbelievable survival story, this time of a 17-year-old's trek to civilization in the Canadian wilderness. While he was with friends, he took a hike alone and was bitten by a grizzly bear. He, along with his fellow hikers who cared for his wounds, all eventually made it to a remote village using their perseverance and courage. The next two titles take place on the sea. The first, Adrift, 76 Days Lost at Sea by Stephen Callahan, is a classic survival story that recounts his struggles as he fights for his life in an inflatable raft. He faces storms, hunger, and sun, as well as seeing ships not see him as they pass from a distance. After being adrift on the Atlantic for 1,800 miles, his courage, skills, and hope were crucial factors in his surviving. The next title, 438 Days, An Extraordinary True Story of Survival at Sea by Jonathan Franklin, recounts the story of Salvador Alvarenga on a 2-day fishing trip off the coast of Mexico, who spent an unbelievable 14 months at sea after a storm destroyed his engine. He survived longer than anyone in recorded history and eventually came upon a remote island where islanders nursed him back to health. And the final book is called I Had to Survive, How a Plane Crash in the Andes Inspired My Calling to Save Lives by Dr. Roberto Canessa. Roberto Canessa, a second-year medical student, was on a plane with a rugby team and friends and family when they crashed in the Andes Mountains. Canessa took on a very large role in caring for the injured and hiking across a mountain range for help. He also recounts how it impacted his life as he became a pediatric surgeon, saving lives of infants and children with heart problems. It's an absolutely amazing story of hope and caring. And finally, here are some resources that give you some survival skills and emergency preparedness tips. How to drag a body and other safety tips you hope to never need. Safety training survival tricks for hacking hurricanes and hazards life might throw at you by Judith Matloff. Getting Out Alive, 13 Deadly Scenarios and How Others Survive by Scott Williams. SAS Survival Handbook for Any Climate in Any Situation by John Wiseman. Do-It-Yourself Emergency Preparedness, How Ordinary People Prepare for Extraordinary Events, a step-by-step guide to creating your own simple and effective emergency preparedness plan by Arlene Hoeg. And also, the Town of Mattapoisett website has an emergency preparedness for residents page with some great resources that you should check out. Thank you for attending, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.